So we've got the range statistics for the last 30 days right here, and you can see clearly what the move it normally is. So for Tesla, the standard deviation over the last 30 days was $4.13, a minimum move 277, an average move 670, and so on. Now I take this information and I want to look at it from a long perspective and then from a short perspective. So I'm going to compare for longs the low of the day plus the minimum range move will put the price at 176.30. The price currently is 174.60. Now if I wanted to get into this trade, I can very quickly see, say I'm going to risk $1, what my risk reward is. It would be a little under 2 to 1 for minimum move, but for an average move, say it's an up day and the SPY and TNA and NASDAQ, they're all moving up, it would be reasonable to expect an average move on a normal day that wasn't driven by any particular news or earnings. 174 to 180, and I'm risking $1. That's a pretty good return of 1 to 5, 1 to 6 after fees and slippage and all that. So this is basically how this works. The same would be if you wanted to go short. It's the high, would be the high minus, in this case, the max. I've also thrown in, unlike the others, 2 standard deviation moves. So you've got the range stat, which is the average plus 1 standard deviation, and then the next column here is an average move plus 2 standard deviations. I wanted something between the max and the range stat, so I would have something to gauge the move if it was a little overzealous but not completely out of control. So we look at the range stats for shorting, and an example would be, say Tesla's 174.60 right now and it's a down day and everything's falling, including Tesla. I can look over here and I can see that on average it's going to fall to 173.78. But maybe given a big day where everything's down, it wouldn't be unrealistic to expect it to go to 169.65. And again, you can use the 2 prices to quickly calculate your risk to reward. The final box of yellow on the end is just for reference for me to remind me what the high is and the low if I need to look quickly. And then I like to also know how far off the high and how far off the low it is. And given the move that's made, its intraday range, which is here, what it's actually made so far, I can also take this and compare it to these ranges here. Say, well, in this case the move has already been 695 and on average it's 670, so I know it might just about be done for the day unless something exceptional happens. This one I want to know where it is in the range for the day. In this instance it's in the 15% range. So out of 100% range move for the day, it's in the lower half at 15%. That's something I like to know, not just for intraday, but for swing and day positions. I like to know, where did price close within the range? Knowing where it closed in the range can offer insights as to whether or not a stock has institutional support, even on a losing day. if it closes in the upper half of its range, and the higher up the better, it can be a sign of support, even though there was some distribution. So that's the spreadsheet. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, just let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you. When I share these spreadsheets, I don't lock any cells, so I don't protect it. I leave it open, so if you want to change it or investigate it, you can. That said, it's amazing how even the smallest change in a worksheet can create formula errors. So be careful if you move things around, and I'll try to do some videos on some of the other spreadsheets I've done if anyone is interested. Just let me know.